Good day, good people.
Yeah, afternoon I was going to say. But yeah, so welcome to Love, Sex, and Marriage. And today we're talking about 5 steps to financial freedom in marriage, of course.
Right on over today.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, our purpose for these videos is to help couples get married and remain married.
Always. That'll always be the purpose. We did change up our scenery today because we realized that it can get a little monotonous. She's so pretty, so I put it on her. We have these shirts. Marriage is sexy. Love, sex, and marriage over here. So we want everybody to know that we love marriage. We love our marriage, and we want everybody also to love their marriage as well.
Right.
But we have a few principles that will help everybody in their success. Sharon and I are, for our age and our demographic, successful. We are successful for our age and our demographic. We own a home. We are well on our way to paying our home off, years early. And we want to come to you and show you how we're doing it. We're not relying on any one W-2 job. We have multiple streams of income that come into our home.
Right.
And we want to kind of, lay out a few just principles to show you how to get it.
Right.
So that's what we're doing today. We're showing you how to get it. Now I do want to show you my biceps, triceps. Okay, go ahead.
And I believe finances is the number one cause for divorce.
Number one.
So that's why we talk about finances in the morning, and that's how it's intertwined into marriage. Okay. Right. So number one, and we've always talked about this, and we're strong believers of this, and we talk about this pretty much in most of our videos. Right. Getting your emotions under control. Got to. That's number one, because you can't do anything else that we recommend unless your emotions is under control. So that's number one. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yes. So I just got off a 14-day fast, and I did it for my mentor, and the reason I did that was because I need my emotions geared up. So once you got your emotions together, then you can move into mentality. But if you can't even think right, if you don't feel right, so that's why I say the fastest way, it ain't the easiest way, but the fastest way is with the fast, which is why they call it the fast. But yeah, so I say push breakfast back. If you normally eat breakfast at 8 a.m., don't eat it until noon.
Right.
And just, get that together. So then, what'll end up happening to you is you can start getting your emotions together. And like I said, once your emotions together and are very strong, you can do anything. Then you can start, thinking better. And then once you think better, you can make moves on your thoughts. And once you make the correct moves on your thoughts, it starts to materialize. Like I said, Sharon and I are well on our way to paying off a house that would take most people 30 years to pay off. We're going to be paying that off early.
Right.
And
before retirement. Way before retirement.
Before we in our
we probably
40s.
End up getting another house. This is not our forever house, but
right. Before we're in our 40s, we'll end up getting it paid off.
Yeah, but we walked into equity in this house, so by the time we're ready to sell this house, we'll have a nice little equity where we could go in and just pay cash for our next house. That's our plan. So then we won't have any mortgage payment.
Right.
All right, so our next one is paying attention to detail.
Small details.
A lot of people do not pay attention to detail. Now, I know some people in my circle that are very good with that, and I try to glean from them. But paying attention to detail is really, really good. That's what's going to make you successful. That's what makes, the Mark Cubans and the,
David Lucases.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to small details. Right. So, as a matter of fact, people always say the devil's in the details. I like to say it's not typically the storm that destroys the tree, it's the termites. Mm-hmm. So if you're not paying attention to what's eating up your money, in particular, we're talking about money this morning. We always come in the morning to talk about money. And, if you're saying, oh, okay, I only bought a pencil today, I bought a pencil on Thursday, or I bought, I went to lunch, it only cost me $3.50, but I go to work 5 days a week. So now we're at, 15, 16, 17, 17.50, and if we do that over, 10 weeks, now we're at, almost $200.
And you can use this principle in anything, okay? So if you have a business, we could use it in your finances of your business.
Right.
Paying attention to the details in your business. Right. Why isn't my business successful? Right. Well, look at the details. Where's the little things that you're not focusing on that's making a big effect on your business? What if it's just the time? Right. Maybe I'm starting my time of my business at the wrong time. So, I'm starting at 10 o'clock, but
I need to be open at 8 a.m.
Either 8 a.m. for breakfast to get that crowd, or maybe I need to do right around lunchtime.
Right.
So now I'm cutting my costs.
Right.
And, I'm being more productive.
And I need to stay open longer, maybe.
Or maybe longer. Maybe my crowd. So do some marketing. And I could go on all day about this.
Small details.
My degrees.
Making sure your bathrooms are clean.
Right.
That's important. I had an employee at Lucas Lawns, had past tense. He was talking about me negative to a customer. He was talking about his pay to a customer. And so I said to myself, well, luckily the customer knew me first. So she came and told me, he was really going in, boop. Because you're not going to get too long to do that. You're not going to get too long to do that. Because I realized, if you do it to one, you will do it to the other. So I can't allow there to be any negativity, especially in the embryonic stage of my business.
Right.
I can't let that happen. And that person was paying well. So I'm glad she felt confident enough to tell me, regardless how good his work is, because she owned a business and we were actually at her business, performing our business. So she was like, no matter how good his work is, his mouth is what I heard as a customer, and I will let him go. I said deuces.
Yeah, and that's what comes to, don't just try to hire someone to fill a position.
Right.
It's best to have a small team that they have a great personality, they have integrity, and they do a pretty good job.
Right.
Versus having a big team and people to fill spaces, or people who you be like, oh man, they're the best at cutting grass, but their personality sucks, pretty much. And that's not good.
Matters.
I'd rather have someone that's pretty decent at cutting grass with a good character.
Because you can teach them.
Right, you can learn that. It's a skill. You can learn that. You can build that up. So it's the little things that people don't think about. And big is not always good. I say that. But big is not always good. So you want to have the people have good character and excellence.
Right.
As far as their personality. Them things are not trained. You can't train no one on that. Them things are found. That's what makes a person. That person has to build their own character. Right.
You gotta have that already. So I realize, you don't. I'm not IBM or Microsoft, so I can't pay you those wages. But you knew that when you took on the application, and so people, kind of take advantage of my big heart, but you just can't let them.
And the person has to be willing to grow with you. That's another thing.
Right.
They have to understand this is a growing company,
right,
and I'm willing to grow to that point. And when we get to that point, I know that I'm going to be successful. So.
Right.
So then our next topic is writing your thoughts down.
Gotta do that.
Yeah, you can use this for anything in your marriage, as far as a business, anything this goes for. This is success all around. But write your thoughts down.
Right.
Write your thoughts down. How are you going to move to the next level and you don't know where you're going?
Right.
I mean, that just makes common sense.
You don't know where you are.
Right.
If you don't know where you are, write down where you are. Some people lie to themselves about where they are.
Right.
I always say, you got to have two people you keep it real with. One of them should be you, and the other person should be, your spouse. Somebody who, no matter what, even if the truth is ugly, you will tell them the ugly truth.
Right.
And be like, hey, I got fired. Right. But then say, okay, where are you now?
Right.
And then move from there. We have everything written, all our thoughts. That's how we're able to come to you. We do not happenstantially do these videos. We study. And we bring our experience to the table. 10 years of successful marriage.
Right.
Never cheating on each other.
Right.
We are perfect in that area. Never, being in love with another woman. Never laying down with another woman. These are vitally, critically important things for a marriage. And my wife, she has a testimony. We're perfect in that area. In our finances, we are good. We have we signed up for a 30-year mortgage, but we're paying it off as if it was a 15-year mortgage. That way, if we fall on hard times, we don't have to worry about, restructuring our mortgage. It's already structured for 30 years,
right,
but we just got on top of it, and we're going to pay it off well before we got this house when we were 29. So we paid off well before we were because I'm 39, well before we were 45. We'll be in our 40s, we're on more than one house. Mm-hmm. So it's just about being in the winters, understanding that you are out here by yourself. I know people have, good intentions and everything, but you cannot eat off of intentions. Marriage works off money.
Right.
You need money.
You need money. And money is a mindset. I'll say it every video. So you got to get your mind together. That's why these principles help.
Right.
Get your mind together. So sit down, share your goals with your spouse. You know, we share our goals.
And nobody's negative when we share. We're like, okay.
And then when we're done, when we accomplish a goal, we scratch it off our list or remove it. We got computers on our iPhone, so we remove it from our list.
Right.
And then we celebrate that goal.
This is number 3. I do want to kind of put in that somewhere along the line, you got to listen to somebody who already know what they're doing.
I agree.
So Sharon and I are perfect in the area of faithfulness. We're not perfect in the area of parenting. And we're raising an autistic son and a newborn. And then my daughter doesn't even live with us. So, you know, parenting I don't have. So we wouldn't be the right people to get parenting advice from.
Right. We're not bad at it, but we're still in progress. We're still working. We're still trying to figure out everything. Right. So that's why we don't give.
But I can help you, you know, stay faithful to your husband and to your wife.
Right.
I can help you with that. That's something I can certainly do. No issues, no problems.
Right.
So I just want to, you know, kind of say, make sure you listen to who you need to listen to for your issue that you're having.
That's correct.
That's important.
Because
you don't go to the jeweler for money advice and vice versa. You don't go to the brickmaker to teach you how to whether or not a diamond is real. You want to go to the jeweler for that.
Correct.
So we are, you know, good at what we do, but we're not. This is our niche, so we're good at this. Mm-hmm. So number 4 for her is to take action.
Right.
And do the work yourself. We went to a small church. I will put this in. And I felt like, you know, that person who was heading that church, I felt like they should be doing everything, because they had the spirit of excellence and it was theirs. And so the fact that they weren't doing everything was bothering me, because I felt like this is yours. This is you know what I mean? You got it. Like, and the people that you're putting in position don't have it.
Right.
And so you have to do everything when you begin. When I started at Lucas Lawns, I do everything. Right now, there's nobody who can cut grass better than me. Nobody. You know what I mean? There's nobody who can carry a weed better than me. Nobody. You know what I mean? Picking up weeds. I'm doing this excellent. I know how long this should take. I know even if you're out of shape, I know how long this should take. Mm-hmm. And I had to do the small work even when I was, you know, mad at it, because it's what's required. So I had to take action and do the work on my own.
Right. Even with like our vlogs, I haven't outsourced anything. I've been doing pretty much the work myself, and my husband, he helps.
Right.
But that's what we do at the beginning. You have to, first of all, financially, that's going to be good for your business, because you're losing money right off the top. And then second, you need to know what it takes, because that's how you become a great leader, in my eye. That's how you become a great leader. You need to know what it takes. So now when someone walks in and your business is, you know, doing well, it's on that step, you know what I mean? And now you're able to incorporate it, and you're able to delegate positions. You don't have to put your hands in as much.
Right.
You know how it feels to be that worker. I've been there. I know how it is. I could, you know, give you tips. I can relate to you. And then that makes your employees respect you even more, because they're like, man, you've done this. Or you're not afraid to get down out your office or come out your office and help out. You know what I mean? And so them are good, you know,
it makes you feel like a person, and people appreciate that. And the 5th and final step, because we don't want this video to be too long, is for people to work on making themselves as excellent as possible in one thing. I think trying to be the jack of all trades is really when you become the master of none. And so this year I've lost 100 pounds because I focused on myself, and I focused on, you know, being outstanding in cardio, you know, and then now this year's focus will be, you know, being outstanding in weightlifting. So getting as much muscle on my body as possible for aesthetic purposes and for, you know, functional purposes. So I am very disciplined. This one requires this. We put this one last because we realized everybody don't like the word discipline, because it's always used in a negative way. But what we need to realize is that, you know, discipline is something that you need if you want to become outstanding and excellent in something. Yeah.
Right, and for me...
She said, I hate cardio. I used to, too. Now I'm a beast.
Yeah, I'm not a cardio fan either. However, there are other ways you could do cardio. And I know this isn't an exercising video, but I do jumping jacks. They're called HIIT training. So in between, you do your cardio. Like, you could do jumping jacks, and then you can do... some strength, some yoga moves in between. Then you could do burpees and something else. So you don't always have to run or get on the treadmill.
I do jump rope. I don't do no treadmill. I don't do nothing. I do jump rope. I lost 100 pounds with my jump rope. My jump rope cost me $3. I had to buy another one because I broke one. Jump rope.
So for me, I decided to go back to school to get my master's. It took me forever because when I go to school, I give my all. I do not feel like you should go to school half-stepping.
Summa cum laude.
Or do anything half-stepping, or if you're not going to do it, don't do it at all. That's how I believe. So, unfortunately, I do not recommend this. Only reason why I quit my job is because I was able to do this. Yeah. And I had to stay at home with my son to get him together. And some things. And my daughter. Yeah. So, that's the reason why I took a little break with my job. But, however, I'm able to really focus in on my master's. I'm getting it in business. And it's a specialty in digital entrepreneurship, which is a really good program to take. And I love the class, and I'm able to give my all and challenge myself. But this year, that's what I'm focusing myself.
And we also had to come up with the money for that. So you got to realize that we have to make sure we budget and do the things that we're supposed to do, so that now she can further her education. I'm glad I'm married. It's easy to be married to you. It's easy to feed you because you're a go-getter. You're a mover.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know some people in my personal life who don't have what you have, and they're single. And it's because they just don't have the drive, the ambition.
Right.
And because of your ambition, you got us, out here helping the world. And I love you. I appreciate you.
No, I love you too. So, yeah. And then I'm also not afraid to get my hands dirty. Nope. So, yes, I'm taking a break right now. But if for some reason I need to get out and start working again, I will do that for my family. And I'll also get out in Lucas Laws. I'll pick some weeds.
Yes, she will. Yes, she has.
I'll mulch.
Yes, she has. Oh, this job is paying us $2,600. Right. We're going to go. This is what we're going to do.
Right.
Yeah. And instead of paying him, I'm paying you. Let's go.
Keep the money in our house.
Exactly.
So, or in your family. So if you have family, keep it in your family. You know what I mean? Especially when you're starting off, make it a family business. So,
right.
Yeah.
So we do want to wrap this up. We won't say any of our affiliates, but deep, right? But what we will say is this: if we get big, then by nature, marriage gets big, and we want marriage to get big, particularly in our community, because we know we need more men, more women to just start believing in marriage. Some people just don't believe in it. Just believe in it so we can get ourselves together. So until next time, I'm going to have you finish this video. I do love you.
So I want you to tag someone that you know that needs this video. Share, love our video. We greatly appreciate it because that's how we are able to keep doing what we're doing. But until next time.
We do love you.
Yes.
You go ahead and finish. Bye-bye.